Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Nick Tan Chats, my magic and mostly mentalism review show. My name is Nick Tan, and today is going to be a bit of a different episode, alright, because I won't be reviewing any product in particular. Instead, I will be sharing with you my top 3 products that I've reviewed for 2021. So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As always, thanks for tuning in today. Thanks for spending some time with me. I do hope that you've had a great Christmas and you've had the opportunity to reconnect with your friends, your family and your loved ones over the holiday festivities. So today's episode, as with the previous episode, alright, is recorded in between performances. I've actually got like 2 gigs today. I just finished one not long ago, and my next one is in a couple of hours time. And so during this window period, I thought I could, record one episode of the show just to close off 2021. Now, for those of you who are wondering where the glasses are, I just finished a show and so I'm just really perspiry, okay? And when I tried recording this video, the glasses just kept fogging up. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this episode without the glasses. So yeah, this is what I look like without the windows. So in today's episode, I'll be sharing with you guys what I think are my top 3 products in 2021. And now bear in mind, when I say top 3, I mean probably the most performed items. And when I say most performed, I mean over a virtual platform, okay, performed virtually, because those are really the only kinds of shows that I'm able to do at the moment. So if you have been subscribed to the channel for any amount of time, and if you know a little bit about me, all right, you will know that I'm not a professional magic reviewer, okay, I'm a professional performer, all right, so I perform for a living. And I perform, or more accurately, I used to perform as a stage mentalist, usually at corporate dinner events here in Singapore. Of course, all that came crashing down to a halt, alright, early 2020 when the pandemic hit us. And so currently I'm just able to perform virtually for online events. Now, my journey in doing virtual shows has not been easy, alright? In fact, it was quite a steep learning curve for me especially, right? Because I'm an absolute idiot when it comes to tech. So there was a lot of things to learn, a lot of things to troubleshoot and pick up in terms of hardware and software as well. And then on top of that, there was the challenge about putting together material that suited me, okay, and that I could perform over this virtual medium. One of the biggest challenges for me as a mentalist, alright, is that, most of the effects that I ended up performing over Zoom fall under the category of predictions. And I think many of my counterparts face this, issue as well, right? Because, let's face it, right? The traditional methods of, gathering information, okay, didn't work over online. So that was one of the pillars of mentalism already not at our disposal, okay? So that kind of limited the scope of effects that could be performed over Zoom. And initially, I was quite worried about all the effects in my show being like predictions, alright? But subsequently, instead of, trying to disguise it or hide the fact that they're all predictions, I ended up kind of embracing it, I suppose, and currently the show that I perform is actually based on me making predictions, okay? So it is a show about predictions. So I guess I've approached it from an angle of, if I can't hide it, then I've just paint it red. So I started working on a virtual show sometime in April and May of 2020, alright? Because during those 2 months in Singapore, we had what was called a circuit breaker, okay, which basically meant a lockdown of sorts, okay? So during those 2 months, being cooped up at home, just as a kind of creative exercise, I suppose, and also as an outlet for me to continue performing because I really love to perform, I tried to put together a virtual show that could be done over Zoom just to see if it was possible. So I put together some material, wrote a script for a show for about 30 minutes and then I just, blasted out invites on social media. So I had friends, family members, magicians and mentalists as well from all over the world attend these test shows that I was doing. I did quite a couple, probably about close to 20 of these shows, and during that time I kind of fine-tuned and learned how to deliver a show virtually. And from then it has brought me until today, and today I am really blessed that I'm still able to continue getting some work in, alright, through this difficult period. Also, something that we don't often think about, but this whole episode has also kind of highlighted to me that whatever we're able to do today, whatever opportunities we have today, it can just be because of one simple action or a decision that we made for ourselves in the past. During that time, during lockdown, had I not tried to put together a show just to see if I could do it, then I wouldn't have, the chance to get work today. So yeah, I mean, whatever we do today can really affect whatever we have tomorrow. But enough about me, let's get down to today's episode. Okay, so the top 3 items for 2021. Now, these are, well, my most performed items, okay? They may not be my favorite items of 2021, all right? But they are my most performed, and since I've gotten a lot of use out of them, they have actually made it to the list. There are some other routines I perform online as well in my show, but they are either like my own kind of creations, or I've not reviewed them before on this show, all right? So I've left them out, but these 3 are definitely, you know, something that I always use in almost every single show that I do. So let's get down to the top 3 items. Okay, at number 3 we have Rubik's Cubes, okay, namely refractor and mosaic. So I'll be the first to admit that even though now I'm using Rubik's Cubes quite extensively in my virtual show, they were not included in my first kind of draft, alright? During my test shows I did, you know, at the very first few virtual shows, I did not include them at the time because I mean, looking for material to perform on a virtual show, I saw that as kind of like a challenge, and well, Rubik's Cubes at the time felt like, you know, the obvious answer. And so I tried to stay away from them for quite some time actually. It was only until about the middle of this year, you know, just before the middle in fact, that I started including a very simple Rubik's Cube routine on the show, because the more paid gigs I got, the more I felt that I really needed some kind of variety in the show, as well as, you know, some more visual interest, right, that Rubik's Cubes seem to be able to provide almost automatically. So currently for me, well, Rubik's Cubes seem to work really well. Okay, I think they're well suited to be performed over the Zoom platform. And currently in my virtual show, there are in fact 3 routines that I can choose to perform during the show depending on the requirements of each performance. I have a 3-cube routine, a 2-cube routine, and also a 1-cube routine as well. The 3-cube routine is actually about, you know, solving each cube in increasingly more impressive ways. The 2-cube routine is actually a matching routine, all right, where a spectator creates 2 cubes that match in their permutations. And the 1-cube routine is actually a routine called mosaic, all right, which I have also previously reviewed on this channel. So I cannot talk about Rubik's Cube magic and not mention refractor, all right? So if you don't know what refractor is actually a whole collection of gimmickless Rubik's Cube magic that was released by Kev G and Colin Klaus sometime this year. So I've previously reviewed Refractor sometime in October, I think, of this year. So if you haven't watched that episode and you're interested to find out more about Refractor, do look up that episode on my channel. I really owe a lot to Refractor, alright? It is the one project this year that has literally reignited my passion, alright, and my interest for performing Rubik's Cube related magic. And currently, one part of Refractor actually forms part of the 3-cube routine that I currently perform in my virtual show. As I mentioned earlier, I also perform a 1-cube routine, and that routine is called Mosaic, alright, which was released by Diego Voltini. I reviewed Mosaic quite recently, you know, I think just last month in November, alright. So if you haven't checked out that episode, and if you'd like to find out more about Mosaic, alright, do look up that episode on my channel as well. So that's number 3, alright, Rubik's Cube Magic featuring Refractor as well as Mosaic. Let's have a look at what's at number 2. So at number 2, I have the Unbelievelope, alright, by Jeff Kaler. So the Unbelievelope is not a new item, you know, I first got to know about it back in 2015, I think, when it was first released, and then subsequently it was re-released again at Theory 11 with a couple of additions, okay, as Unbelievelope 2.0. So when it comes to material for my virtual show, the Unbelievelope has been there from the very beginning. I currently use the Unbelievelope to perform a confabulation style routine, alright, that actually closes my virtual show. And it also is used as a kind of a theme, you know, which runs through the whole show, tying the show together. So I'm really glad for the Unbelievelope because I have a way to kind of structure my virtual show in a way that I would, you know, normally structure my live stage show as well, alright, having something that runs through the show and keeping everything cohesive. So before I forget, I have reviewed the Unbelievelope 2.0. I think it was sometime in October of 2020. Alright, it's quite some time back. But if you're interested to check out that episode, do look it up on my channel. So that was number 2 and number 3. Alright, at number 3 we had Rubik's Cubes. Rubrics. So that was number 2 and number 3. And number 3 we had Rubik's cubes, and number 2 we had the unbelievelope. Now before we get to the number 1 spot, all right, do me a favor. If you're new to this channel, or if you've been coming to my channel, if you've been watching my videos, if you've been getting value out of my videos, please subscribe to the channel. All right, hit the subscribe button right now. Like this video as well. Do all those things because all this really helps me as a video creator to try and continue to grow this channel on YouTube. Subscribing to the channel is absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything at all. It takes you only a couple of seconds, but it really means a lot to me, all right? Seeing your subscriptions come in really helps motivate me to continue putting out these videos for you on YouTube. So if you like the video, well, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button right now. All right, and the number 1 item that I've gotten the most mileage out of in 2021, and I perform at every single show that I do, is E-Wave by Mark Oberon. For me, E-Wave was love at first sight, all right? I've been using it at every single opportunity I can ever since the day I got it. I think it's an amazing product, a really amazing effect, very clever method as well. And I really love the interactions that I can have online with one spectator on screen. It's a really fun routine to perform for me, and if you can manage to choose the correct spectator to participate in this effect on screen, that's where this routine really shines, all right? Because I end up having a lot of fun performing it. The spectator has a lot of fun, participating in the effect as well. And overall, I think that really adds to the whole feel of the show. So I've previously reviewed E-Wave in June this year, alright? So if you have not checked out that episode and you want to find out more information about E-Wave, a more detailed review, do look up that episode on my channel. So that's it. Those are my top 3 products that I've reviewed on this show for 2021 that I've gotten the most use out of. So I figured a nice way to close today's episode is to actually share with you guys a full performance of E-Wave from one of my virtual shows. In the video that you're about to see, right, do note that on top of seeing E-Wave in action, on my right in the video, you're also going to see the unbelievelope on display and also some Rubik's cubes as well. So this video has all 3 items that I've talked about in one shot, alright? So I think the video really encapsulates my 3 favorite items from 2021. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy this performance of Mark Oberon's E-Wave. Trust your intuition on this, okay?
Okay.
Behind me over here, I have got what we call ESP symbols.
Okay.
I'd like you to name me just one of them. There's a plus sign, a circle, a star, wavy lines, and a square. Which one?
Star.
The star, okay. We'll remove the star. And I need one more from you. Which one?
Circle.
The circle, perfect. I'm going to put these cards together. I'm just going to mix these up like that. You have no idea which one is which. Am I right? Okay?
Yeah.
But in a moment, as I talk to you, you're going to make a very simple 50-50 decision.
Okay.
You are now going to try and feel where the circle is. You won't understand how you know, but you will know. Okay? Do you think the circle is in number 1 or number 2?
Number 2.
You feel it's in number 2, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just really a feeling, correct?
Yes.
And remember, you should always trust your feelings, okay? So that is number 1. You did it well the first time around. Now, some people, the skeptics in the audience will think that was just 50-50. I think Falina got lucky. Okay, so I tell you what, I want you to tell me where the star is. Okay, just now you knew the circle, right? Now I want you to feel the star. Do you think the star is in number 1 or is it in number 2?
Number 1.
Number 1?
Yeah.
Yes? Again, you are doing very well so far. Okay, so that couldn't be just luck, I don't know, couldn't be just luck, but we'll take this a step further. It's still 50-50, you know what I mean? Yeah?
Right.
So I tell you what, I'm going to ask you to name one more of these remaining symbols. Which one would you like?
Square.
The square, perfect. Square it is. This time I'm going to mix the square in. You now have a 1 in 3 chance, okay, of finding the square. Use your intuition, trust your feelings. Remember, you're now going for the square. Do you think the square is in number 1, number 2, or number 3?
Number 2.
You think it's in number 2? Yes.
Yes.
You know something? I really feel there is something more than luck happening here.
Oh my god.
I really, really think so. No, I mean, that is 1 out of 3. I tell you what, you've been doing so well, Falina. Let's go big this time. Let's go big. We'll take the plus and we will take the wavy lines as well. Which one do you want to go for now?
Plus.
You want to go for the plus sign?
Yes.
Cross, yes?
Yes.
Okay. If you get this right, everyone is going to go crazy. If you get this wrong, let's just pretend that this never happened.
Okay.
Okay? Alright. You are now going for the cross, the plus sign. Do you think it's a number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5?
3.
Number 3, this one, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Again, I really think there is something more happening than just luck. It can't be. You're just way too lucky, I think, okay? Let's do all 5 at the same time now. I don't normally do this part, but you have gotten here so far, so let's try this. I'm going to use the whole board this time, okay? I'm going to remove the symbols one by one, and you tell me which one you think this is. So, Falina, which one do you think this one is?
Star.
And we'll place it under the star. You're doing well so far. So far, so good. How about this one?
Wave.
The waves, okay, we'll just quickly do a couple more all at the same time. Let's go for maybe this one. Which one?
Circle.
The circle, alright, we'll place it there. This one?
Plus.
The plus, okay, good. Leaving me, of course, this one, which has to be the square, correct?
Right.
Think about this, Falina. You were right 50-50, then you went 1 out of 3, then you went 1 out of 5. If you can get all of this correct, it is a 1 out of 120.
Wow.
And my advice to you, always trust your intuition.
Wow.
Thank you for doing that. Thank you. You did so well. Thank you. Alright, and that's it. That's the end of today's episode, and also I think the final episode for 2021. Before I go, I'd like to take this opportunity again to thank every single one of you, my subscribers out there, for your support thus far. It's been amazing. Thank you for all your messages, your emails, your comments as well. It's great to know that you guys are enjoying the content so far. So thank you all for making 2021 a great year for me on YouTube, and let's all put positive thoughts together into the universe for an even better 2022. So till next time, do look after yourselves, stay safe, have fun with your magic, alright? Use it to bring joy to all the people around you, and I will see you again on a future episode, on the first episode of 2022 of Nique Chats. Thanks everybody, and have a happy new year.